Hey everyone, Dan at Ochika Bushcraft. Well, it's day 2 of my 72-hour bug out. Um, had an early breakfast this morning, which I filmed for you guys. And first priority now is firewood. I kept my fire going most of the night last night, which was really nice. Camp stayed quiet. Nothing that wasn't supposed to wandered in. And I had enough firewood to last. I still got a small pile left, but number one priority, get more firewood for tonight's fire. So I wanted to take you guys out to get the wood, but I wanted to talk saws with you. So in my bug out kit, as I mentioned, my little battery powered chainsaw sits right by the garage door. So as I'm walking by, throwing my packs in the truck for my bug out, just toss the saw in. And battery is only going to last for a while. I didn't use it all last night. I sawed off some big pieces of fat wood, but also just gathered up a lot of stuff off the ground, and it burned great because it's drying up out here. So this is my first level saw. Something like this is great for the first day. You know, when you're setting up camp and you got all these other things you need to do, and you just need some wood fast and simple. So when the battery goes, my camping pack that I mentioned, and I will do a loadout on this in the future, this is primarily all stuff that I take with me whenever I'm going to be vehicle camping and I'm not going to be hiking a long ways. So I have my regular bushcraft pack. This is stuff that I just all load into a pack to keep around camp. So I've got my axe if I want to split some wood, have a shovel, wool blanket things attached, got a extra half gallon of water in there. Like I said, I'll do a loadout on that. But second level of saw, my battery goes down. This is the Agawa Canyon saw. I'll put it in the description. You can get these on Amazon. And this has been well used out here. And so if you get the setup that comes with the sheath and stuff, you get an extra blade, and you can buy extra blades. Tucks down in a little pocket back here. So this is second level. I'll show you guys how this opens up here. And just make sure you can see, kind of snaps right in there. And your handle folds up, clicks into place. And this is a great saw. Level number 3 of saws is, of course, what's either in my shoulder bag or today on my belt. And I've got my little silky pocket boy. But when I start using this, obviously I'm going to be using smaller diameter wood. So the disadvantage there is I would have to feed the fire more often. So last night I had one big log that I threw in there that just burned for hours, and when the fire died down and I got up, there was still hot coals underneath it, so it was great. And second level, again, that's going to a little less diameter, but I can still get some pretty good sized stuff for the fire without a whole lot of work. So we're going to go out and cut some firewood, and I'm actually going to take all 3 saws and just demo for you. Let's take a walk down here real quick to the fire and show you guys how much wood I actually do have left. So my fire pit burned really well last night. That's the fire pit I dug out, and I tried to keep the wood pretty much as long as I could to just fill that whole pit so it would burn throughout the night. And what was really cool is the flames, the light of the flames were flickering. You could see them through my tent wall. So all through the night, whenever I opened my eyes, I'd see that little flickering light, and when it was gone, I'd know to get up and get some wood. So I actually have this much wood left that I did not use. And that's pretty cool. You know, I had enough for a morning warming fire, and then all of this stuff here just left over. So that's pretty cool. So let's go get some wood, guys. Take you over and show you one of the resources I'm working with. So right behind me, I got a big old fat wood stump that I used for part of my wood last night when I wanted the fire to burn really, really hot and I was trying to get warm. I was throwing in some big chunks of fat wood that I've sawed off here in different places. And you know, fat wood is a great resource, and thankfully it's still May. We have probably until sometime mid-July before we have to worry about fire season. Everything would be different if I was doing my bug out in fire season. There would be no campfires. I wouldn't need the fire for heat, obviously, because of warm summer nights. Last night it got down to freezing or below, and I would have to be using my Esbit stove and a little propane stove, which I am adding very shortly to my kit because I actually don't have one. But thankfully, right now, it's not fire season. I'm taking advantage of the fire for security, for cooking, for heat, for light. So I still got some battery life left in this. So this is my number one go-to. So just like that. Now I took off the long ones last night, so this was just some shorter pieces that are left. But so just like that, quick and easy, I've got fat wood, and there's some places back here where there's still some nice long ones for the fire, but we're definitely going to save that. Okay, once the battery goes, then it becomes manual labor. I don't have a little gas saw. If I did and brought that along with a can of gas, I would have probably several weeks worth of use, and that's something I may invest in the future. So level number 2, when that's gone, the Agawa saw has to come out and go to work. And this is a pretty good sized piece here, but just to show you guys. So still, that's a pretty good size round right there. Obviously, I'm doing manual labor now, but this is much easier than this. Now this is what I use for my bushcraft fires, and when the time comes that I have to use this, I'm going to switch over to smaller diameter wood because this becomes a lot more work. So as you can see, just to get something that big around versus this took less time with the Agawa than this smaller piece with the folding saw. So it kind of depends on what you have, but I think it's good to have 3 levels if you're serious about bugging out to the backcountry. Having some kind of a little chainsaw, even just a battery powered one like this, and my battery is still holding up on day 2 just fine, gets you started. I've got to set up camp, I got to unload gear, inventory, make meals, gather wood, etc. on day one. So the little battery powered saw, just quick and easy work to get some firewood in. And then, like I said, when I have more time, like today, if I want to save my battery, I have this. And this is a great addition to camping gear or bug out gear. The Gawa Canyon folding saw. And I'll just go ahead and get some more while I'm here. Nice piece right here. Nice. But over here, right off camera, is some pieces that are still nice and long. I'm not going to sit here and just keep cutting these little short pieces. If I was out on a bushcraft hike and just wanted to fire long enough to cook a meal or get warm by before I continued on, a few of these with just some wood from the forest floor would be great. But like I said, I'm loading up for another night, so I'm going to get over here and start cutting some long stuff, and we'll see what happens today, guys. We may come back and have more to film. At some point I've got to go get water. My water container still has a lot of water in it. I haven't used hardly any because I came in with 3 water bottles that were completely full, a fourth one that I drink out of normally in the seat, and a gallon of water behind the seat. So the need to go and refill water hasn't come about yet, but when I do, I'll show you that, because I actually have a different water purification item that I will be switching over to, and that big can, 6-gallon can, will just become basically hand washing, dishwashing, if I need to fill my little solar shower out of it or something. It will become a hygiene station, and I will be switching over to something different for drinking water. Dan at Ochiko Bushcraft, stay tuned, guys. We are in day 2. We still have more to come.